Welcome to BeeView. Today I'm going to be answering a common question for beekeepers, and that's about the diet of the developing honeybee larvae. It's a really difficult process to see, and it changes all the way from being an egg through to being an adult bee. So using footage from BeeView's HiveScope, I'm hoping to give you a front row seat into how that happens. So let's start at the beginning. This is an egg. I like this photo because the egg is sat right on top of the foundation wire, but the egg lasts for about 3 days before it hatches, and obviously doesn't need any nutrition at that point. So once it's hatched, it's going to look like a tiny little larvae in the middle of the cell there. And the reason we can tell this one's just hatched is because in a second we'll see that compared to its neighbouring cells, it's exactly the same size as the eggs. And also there's no jelly around it, so the bees haven't had time to get to it to provide it with any nutrition. So as mentioned, these are its neighbouring cells, and you can see these eggs here, and the fact that they're next to each other probably means that these ones aren't far off hatching themselves. Now, if we move on to this one, this little C-shaped larvae, it's curled up a bit and it's been surrounded in a pool of liquid substance, and that's the royal jelly. So this is composed of secretions from the mandibular and hypopharyngeal glands of the bees, and this is fed to both workers and queens alike in the initial stages. So you can see here, this one's slightly straighter, but again surrounded by a pool of jelly there, even though it goes off on a bit of a trail. And if you look closely, you can see it moving around a little bit. So move on to about a day 3 since it's hatched out, and you can see it's a lot bigger and it's moving around a lot as well. So this one is moving out with its head, that's the bit that's rocking around, and looking for jelly to eat. And it's probably the case that at this point it's still getting a bit of royal jelly, but starting to be fed on some bee bread. So bee bread is a combination of pollen, honey and bee saliva that's packed into a cell and then used to feed the worker larvae in slightly later stages. So here you can see it's again starting to move around that cell a bit, and this is in real time. So this is something that you can see using the HiveScope day to day, and its head's popping out there, looking for stuff to eat. So this next bit, I've turned this to half speed, but can you see the pollen and the bits of bee bread surrounding these larvae? Now, the bees in the hive seem intent on blocking the view here, but it's a lovely shot, and I've put some stills in to show you. So these larvae are bigger, they're surrounded by jelly, but there's a lot of what looks like pollen and bee bread in there as well. So this is the first in a series looking at the brood through the eye of the HiveScope, and I hope you found it useful. Do let us know if you've got any thoughts, corrections, or just general chitter chatter is always appreciated. We are going to be doing a series looking at kind of the brood in more detail, and also just the general processes in the hive, so looking at pollen processing and other bits and pieces as well. So do follow if you liked what you've seen today, and we'll be able to provide you with lots more to come.